So AI is not limited to data scientists. It is becoming a core role of data analyst role, from automation to advanced insights.
AI literacy, understanding what AI can do, what it cannot do, when you can apply AI, how to use the tools that are using AI effectively for your usage. The organizations are increasingly expecting the analysts to leverage AI capabilities.
Which part of data analyst job has impacted already by AI, Aniket?
And if I said the one that earlier in our question was like data preparation and data cleaning, it is the most job that has impacted, where it takes a lot of time, and the tools that are powered by AI can now automatically detect the anomalies.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of FuturePath Global, where we explore the new technologies and how these technologies are changing the future of work. So today's episode is highly relevant for anyone who is working as a data analyst. How AI is changing the role of a data analyst in today's AI era. So AI is not limited to data scientists. It is becoming a core role of data analyst role, from automation to advanced insights. To help us understand the shift, we are joined with Aniket Joshi, an experienced data analyst who has been actively working as a AI-driven data analyst now. Thanks, Aniket. Thanks for joining us today. So, Aniket, if you could just brief us about your journey and your journey as a data analyst, Aniket.
I'm Aniket. I'm having a decade of experience, and in this journey, right, I have taken up various roles, whether it's a business analyst, data analyst, and now currently working as a product owner. So in this 10 years of experience, right, I've had a chance to look at how our work has changed, right? When I started 10 years back doing the traditional data analysis, how then AI has transformed our profession. So I did start my career doing the traditional data analysis using the all new Excel, SQL. Then there were invention of Power BI, Tableau, which actually helped data visualization to more effectively present the data. And now finally we have Python R, which I try to incorporate mostly the Python for a kind of a more complex work. So the journey is where maybe I'll say that I started involved as a traditional methods, then I gradually moved on to using more and more systematic authenticated tools as and when they came over. Yeah.
I mean, excellent journey, Aniket. All right. So now, from your perspective, like how this AI is changing the role of a data analyst today?
Okay, so when you say how the role is changing, right? So of course the AI is fundamentally it's reshaping the role of not just the data analyst, but also maybe other roles as well. And I'll try to explain it here, Brijesh. So firstly, what I say that AI, it's automating all the tedious tasks that we as a data analyst do most of the time. So these are the tasks like data cleaning, data formatting, and maybe some basic quality checks that we do. And it takes mostly few hours for sure in every day of a data analyst. But now that we have this AI powered tools, right? This has really helped us a lot. And
Mhm.
even if I could think maybe few years back when I started data analysis using unstructured data. So unstructured data is basically where we get data from different platforms. The data is not structured in a correct way, whether it's the customer reviews or whether it's the social media or images. Now, what happens is with the AI tools, we or I can see my fellow data analyst, they can easily extract the information from this unstructured data. And whether it's the large data, it's very easy for them. So, AI has really helped us understand. And if I may, I mean, Brijesh, one more example I can give you is if you would have also tried that. So, if you go on Amazon or maybe on any e-cart website, right, where you want to shop, and there are so many customer reviews, so many products. Earlier, what we used to do is we used to go to each and every product, take a look at what are the customer reviews, and then try the best one. But now that our Microsoft Edge has become smarter, unlike the Internet Explorer which we had, now it comes integrated with Copilot. All we can do is just go to that particular website and ask the Copilot, give me or summarize the reviews for this particular product. You just simply ask Copilot, and it will summarize the review, the sentiment, and it will help you basically make the decision. So that's exactly what AI has been doing for a data analyst as well. Once you feed the data, you let the AI do its work, it will come up with the insights. So that's what has impacted our role as a data analyst, Brijesh.
Right, right. Good example of this Amazon actually, so people can easily relate with this. Right. So, in your understanding, this learning AI for the data analyst is mandatory, Aniket?
I'll be very direct in answering this question, Brijesh. Absolutely. So, learning AI skills for a data analyst is, I'll say it's mandatory, not optional at all. And also, let me say this, it's not mandatory in the way that a data analyst should fear that they should learn the entire AI, become a machine learning engineer, or understand all those complex mathematical algorithms. No, not at all. So what you need is basically AI literacy, understanding what AI can do, what it cannot do, when you can apply AI, how to use the tools that are using AI effectively for your usage, and how to basically then interpret the AI generated outputs, because that is something very is useful, because you cannot depend on AI all the time to or basically to make sure that the AI, whatever output that is getting generated, it is correct or not. So yeah, that's the one thing maybe I can say. And how impact it is having is, even maybe I can relate it to an example when my father was working in a bank back in 2000. So at that time, every ledgers used to be maintained in the papers. The entries were done in the banking papers. So and how it changes during the onset of 2000, if you could also remember, there was this banking softwares that came up, and that's when these spreadsheets first appeared. Of course, my father was young back then, but there were some senior accountants who refused to learn those computers, spreadsheets, and it was very disadvantage for them. So the same is happening here with AI as well. For data analysts, the organizations are increasingly expecting the analysts to leverage AI capabilities. Even the job descriptions are also having this AI. So the gap between AI and traditional data analyst is only going to widen. And maybe what I can say is those who embrace the AI data analyst, they will do the faster analysis, they will solve the complex problems more easily, and will basically end up contributing more to their organizations. Bridges, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. Of course. I mean, it's not that, the one should have the complete understanding about AI immediately, right? But at least they should start learning about it. Like, they should start implementing AI in your day-to-day activities, right?
E- Exactly,
Right.
yes.
So, in your understanding, which part of data analyst job has impacted already by AI, Aniket?
Okay. Yeah. So there are quite a few areas that are impacted of data analysts, Bridges, if I can think of. And if I even I said the one that earlier in our question was like data preparation and data cleaning. It is the most job that has impacted, where it takes a lot of time, and the tools that are powered by AI can now automatically detect the anomalies. They can even suggest the data type corrections. They will help you identifying the duplicate record. So what we used to take 60 to 72% for analyst time is now reduced a lot. And there are, of course, maybe if I can give an example about AI powered as like the Pandas AI, then the Tableau and the Alteryx. So what they do is they suggest data transformations, and they will help you clean the address as well, address data. So in case if there is any data that is having address, and of course, the address sometimes it's not always mentioned in the form of like street, residency, and pin code. It will detect it, and it will standardize all the addresses so that it is easy for your usage. Then the other impact is about the exploratory data analysis. which has been revolutionized by AI. And I personally use exploratory data analysis a lot when we get the new data. And it is also called as an EDA. And the EDA is the best performed, I think, as using Python. So instead of manually going to all those data visualizations, creating them, understanding them, we have these AI powered libraries in Python that can automatically generate the relevant charts. It will help you identify the correlations, and it will also flag some anomalies. So if you are not comfortable with Python, we also have tools like Power BI, then we have Tableau, and they have this integrated AI in them, whether it is explain data, Einstein, to perform the EDA automatically. So just to summarize, right, the pattern that I have seen is where AI is trying to handle all the repetitive rule-based work, and our work or our time as data analysis has to be focused on asking more questions, more strategic questions, providing context, and making better decision-informed decisions. Yeah.
Of course, I mean that means like this data analyst jobs are getting impacted by data AI in today's world, right? So, Aniket, so what basic AI skills a data analyst should focus first in your understanding, Aniket?
Yes. So, yeah, this is a very good question, Brijesh, and especially for someone who is starting or want to have or already started working as a data analyst, right? And I'll try to break this down so into a kind of a learning path. So, the very first I want a data analyst is to maybe develop, or not just a data analyst, to anyone is like develop AI literacy. So before you touch any AI tools, understand the fundamentals. What is machine learning? What's the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning? What are the different classification methods? What is a regression? And when you should actually use models than just simple statistics. We do not want to complicate things. So what happens is this foundation, it will help you know when and how to apply AI appropriately. And Brijesh, there are so beginner friendly resources that have videos, whether it's courses that take these AI concepts and understand and help you understand in a very plain language. So
Right.
whether it's training data, model accuracy. So please do make sure that you know the fundamentals, and then once you know the fundamentals, try to learn any AI powered features in the tools which you are already using. So if you are using Excel, there is already this AI capability that has released where you will be able to forecast in the AI, in the Excel itself. So try that. If you are comfortable with Power BI or Tableau, learn their built-in features like we have Einstein, then quick insights, forecasting. So what this will help you is you will start applying this AI immediately without learning new platforms. So once you know the fundamentals, you can start applying this AI to the already existing or already platforms on which you are working. Then third, what I would definitely recommend is do develop some basic Python skills that will focus specifically on AI libraries. You don't have to become a developer, okay? This is what I would say. You don't have to learn all those coding. Just basics of Python, like how to use the libraries, the pandas libraries, scikit libraries. These are the ones that are used for data manipulation, visualization. What will do is it will open up just the opportunities for you.
Right. So, I mean, so when just a follow-up question on this Python part actually. So,
Mhm.
how important is Python and machine learning for a data analyst who is beginning their career into AI?
Yes, and definitely I'll say that Python and machine learning kind of a knowledge, it has transitioned from nice to have to highly recommended, and for most of the data analysts. So the depth, it will vary depending upon the role and industry, but I want to stress more on Python specifically because you will be more effective if you know Python, if you know SQL, and with the BI tools alone. So Python dramatically expands what you can accomplish as a data analyst. And it will let you automate all those repetitive tasks that consumes a lot of time building visualizations, the exploratory data analysis, as I said. And if you want, even you can implement machine learning models all in just one environment, Python. And Python is very easy to learn as well. So by just understanding the basics and the libraries, as I said, you would turn up into a great data analyst. On
Right.
machine learning, just to say is you just need to know enough knowledge, and you're not supposed to build any models right from the scratch. So for machine learning, just as I said earlier in my question or in the answer, is like you need to know the difference between the classification problems, regression problems. You should be able to prepare the data for a data scientist who is going to build the machine learning model. Then you should be able to use those pre-built libraries in case if you want to create the basic models for you as well. And of course, finally, the most important is whatever the models that data scientists have built, you should be able to interpret those models. So the basic understanding of machine learning is enough. You don't need to understand the mathematical complexities of any algorithm or of how to build a neural network. So yes, Python and machine learning, it is critical, but having a basic understanding is very important.
Can you share some example of like how AI can be used in this data analysis tasks like data cleaning, forecasting, and getting insights from the data?
Yes, correct. I would try to give, or I would try to relate this question to our day-to-day work that we do in our organization, right? Mostly, again, a great question for data cleaning because that's where we end up spending most of the time. So instead of doing those manually cleaning messy data, we have a few libraries in Python, whether it is called Fuzzy Wuzzy. So the name itself is called as Fuzzy Wuzzy, that will help you clean all the fuzzy data. So in case if there are names with similar spellings, then it will help you identify all those and try to identify likely duplicate based on the similarity scores. So that's an excellent one where you can use for a data cleaning. The another example which I can give is dealing with the missing values. So how when I started replacing the missing values or the blank values is we used to do the average for that particular column and we used to replace all those blanks with the averages. But now there is a very simple machine learning algorithm that can predict the missing value. And if I have to give you an example, right? So let's say there is the customer data and the age of that particular customer is missing, but you have other details of that particular customer there, like whether it's a job title or a education they've completed or the years of experience. So by taking all these other columns information, it can predict that, okay, maybe he's graduate. So with 10 years of experience, then his maybe age could be close to 30, 31. So that's how intelligent work is done by the machine learning, and it is actually more accurate than just replacing it with the I'll say basic average. And your
Yeah, I
second
mean,
one was about forecasting, right? So for forecasting, the example that I gave is about Excel's forecasting feature. It is very good. It is recently launched, and you can use it to detect patterns and other project values. And I basically love it because it makes forecasting accessible without any programming. Yeah. So yeah, definitely these are a few real life maybe practices which we do, and I would I've loved them to share it with you.
great, Aniket. So, I mean, now what AI tools do you see this data analyst they use nowadays, like in your understanding, Aniket?
Right. See, now with the advent of AI, right, the tools of AI or the list of AI tools for analysts, it's just exploded. There are so many tools out there, but let me highlight few of the ones that are actually delivering the value. Of course, the first ones I can think of are the Gen AI, whether it's ChatGPT, Cloud, Copilot. We regularly use it, and it's something that is now available in each and every workplace as well. They encourage having these tools so that you can write your SQL queries, you can even write Python code, you can integrate it with your Excel or Power BI. That makes it more powerful for analysts that are already working with the data. So that is something. In case if you have leaning towards auto ML, so not again like as the name suggests, it is automated machine learning. We have tools like Google's auto ML that make machine learning very easy. and you need not have to have a technical expertise to use that. All they can do is very generously try to handle feature engineering, model selection, the parameter tuning. And as I said, the BI tools now they are enhanced with built-in features like Power BI's AI. It can automatically analyze your data, come up with some interesting patterns. Then Tableau's explain data, or Einstein as well, earlier called as, they use different AI to show why specific data points are called as outliers. Not to forget the Python AI libraries, which I mentioned earlier, like Swift visualization, auto visualization for speeding up the exploratory data analysis as well. So these are the effective and definitely something that will deliver value to the work which we do as a analyst.
All right. So now, for someone who is new to AI, Aniket, right? They've
Hmm.
been working as a data analyst for so long. Like now they are getting into AI. They have decided to get into AI now. Like, so what is the right way to get into it? Like, they should not be feeling overwhelmed with this, Aniket. So what would you suggest on this then?
Yes, and I do agree, Brijesh, that starting with AI can feel overwhelming because there are so many things that AI has come up with. What to start, where to start from, it's very difficult. But again, I'll try to here. What I can per se start with basically AI, where you have already started working in the tools. Use AI features in the tools that you use daily. If you use Excel, try the analyze data feature, understand what insights it generates. If you are using Power BI, experiment with the quick insights on the existing reports. Try asking ChatGPT or Cloud, or maybe even basically Copilot to explain a data set after uploading it over there. You can then, of course, build AI literacy. As I said, that is very important. But this time around, just try the AI literacy through practical learning. So once you know the fundamentals, all the AI concepts, just don't stop there. What I would recommend is basically understand what you can do, what you cannot do, and apply that to one of your data analyst tasks. So choose one single or small task from where you can start applying the AI, whether you have to spot some unusual pattern, or if you have to do extra exploratory data analysis, or if you have to categorize some data, right? Start with those small things once you've learned the AI. And once that is done, then I think you can gradually move on to the Python basics into programming, where you can leverage the coding for more specific use regarding the data analysis. So yes, this is how I would start, and I would recommend how to start, right from the basics,
Great.
and then gradually moving over to more versions. Yes,
Right. So of course, I mean, they should take step by step, kind of a learning on this, right? All
correct.
right. So, what are the common mistakes this data analyst they do when they try learning AI, Aniket?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I've seen analysts, I mean, not, I wouldn't say, including myself as well, early on, we've made several predictable mistakes when diving into AI, Brijesh. So, of course, recognizing this, uh, it's very good. So, the most common mistake which I feel is they try to learn everything at once. So, many analysts see the vast AI landscape, which, of course, it's all through LinkedIn, everywhere, and they try to master everything at once, whether it is Python, R, machine learning, deep learning, everything. So what this leads to is a burnout actually, Bridges, and you actually get tired of it. It drains your energy and your mind. So the better approach, what I would suggest is maybe just pick one specific skill or tool, get well versed with it, and then expand. That is something would I would definitely recommend. Then the second one is, once you've learned it, right, try to also implement it. Do some hands-on, do some application. Just waiting until you've learned everything, your course is completed, then you think that, okay, then I will apply. No, there are so many people out there. I've seen like who have completed all multiple online courses, but neither they can explain what exactly AI is, nor they can build any simple model to solve the business problem. So better approach again, what I'll say is, as soon as you learn, try to do some hands-on on a small task on a real problem, so that whatever you've learned, it is being implemented. So
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're right because nowadays there are so much information is available in the on the internet, so people get confused actually. So, a beginner who who's having a lot of information available, right? So they get confused actually what to do, what not to do, and then they try to learn whatever is possible actually, and they don't get the right path, like that right information, like how can I go about it, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the
And
issue actually.
Brijesh, maybe one last mistake which it came to my mind is about not validating the AI output. So do not blindly trust AI generated code or insights. Do sometimes the AI comes up with incorrect queries or the models can go wrong. So please do verify the AI outputs as well. Check the code, check the model predictions yourself. So over there, human touch is still needed. So that's one of again a mistake that you should not be doing and trusting blindly whatever that is generated from the AI. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course, that's true. Actually, human touch is always needed. Otherwise, I mean, you cannot completely rely on AI information, actually, right? So, looking forward, like how do you see this data analyst job evolving? Actually, because AI is becoming a mainstream now, right? So, what is the future of data analyst?
Yeah, so in my experience, as I said, right, I've seen this role under such a transformation, right? Right from the traditional now Power BI and now even the AI as well, right? But the core fundamental skill, it will still remain the same. And what I see evolving is basically we were thought of as data processors, data cleaners, making the data ready. I see that changing. So it's not just about data cleaning. Now we can increasingly spend more time on making decisions, asking the strategic questions, informing the business, a kind of a storytelling. That is something that is expected out of our data analyst as well. So data analyst is not just, as the name suggests, to do analysis of data, but I do see that evolve to a more gradual leadership roles, team leading roles, where we will be able to contribute more towards the strategic goal. Uh, Brijesh.
Right. Finally, like I mean, I would want you to give one piece of advice for a data analyst who is worried about AI replacing their job.
Mm. Okay. Oh, well, so if you're worried about AI replacing you, yeah, I mean, there was this anxiety before, but and even we felt it ourselves as well, Brijesh. I mean, that some days this job is something that will be done by AI. And but here's the perspective which I would like to share. See, AI is a tool, right? It's not a replacement of human. And I would like to give one more a very simple example, and all of us have heard this as well. Think about the times when calculators were invented. The accountants were worried that they'll become obsolete. Whatever the statistics they've done, it might just taken away. But calculators actually they eliminated the tedious arithmetic effort. They allowed accountants to focus on the financial strategy, auditing, so the same is happening here with AI as well. So for AI as a data analyst, AI, as I said, it is eliminating the tedious work, the repetitive data cleaning, which used to take hours, the routine reporting, which we used to do. And this actually creates an opportunity for us. So you can either maybe change or become an absolute. So that's what I'll say, that it is definitely here to make you 10x more effective, 10x more productive, and that's how it will lead to a successful data analyst career. And Bridges, we've
Yeah.
seen this technological change, right? Every 6 to 7 years, there comes a new technology. With the technological shift, there are some winners, there are some unfortunate losers, but the winners aren't the ones who are the smartest or the most experienced. They are just the ones who adopt the fastest. That's what I'll say. Yeah, that's what I'll say, maybe just to summarize.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're right. Actually, you need to be adaptable. Actually, you need to adapt the things quickly, right? Of course, I mean, a good example of calculators, even like when this computers they came in, right? So these all, I mean, they work as your assistant actually. So if you can master them, if you can use them, so that would always be helping you in growing faster actually,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, we just
That's good
absolutely
actually.
in that.
Great. Thank you so much, Aniket, for sharing your such a valuable and practical insights. I hope our this audience will surely get a lot of insights, and that would help them in understanding more about AI and taking a right step to go ahead in this AI era. Thanks,
Yes.
Aniket.
Thank you, Brijesh, and thank you so much for having me over. It's always pleasure speaking with you, Brijesh.
AI is not replacing the job of a data analyst, but it is empowering you to move forward in this AI era. This is Brijesh, and you are watching FuturePath Global by Techcanvass. So until next episode, stay curious and stay focused and keep learning. Thank you.